Welcome back to another trade recap. Today ended up taking one long. I'm up around 4 grand on the day. Would have been like a 7K day, I think. Yeah, like literally I think like a $7,400 day. But bro, I accidentally with my fat fucking fingers, I closed out on one of my positions early, which sucks. I meant to move stop to break even and then hit confirm, and then I accidentally fucking closed out on my position. But anyway, here was the trade that I ended up taking today. Reason being that I closed out here is ES ended up taking this high. So we had a bearish S&P, so I closed early, but would have been, you know, if I kept holding it, would have been a much bigger day. But again, that's part of my rules. Once ES takes that high and we have a bearish S&P or vice versa, right? I'm either moving my stop to break even or I'm closing out a position. I was up 4K. I was like, I'll just close out, right? So kind of want to go through what I wanted to see coming into the morning. So if we're looking at the 4-hour and we look at yesterday as a whole, we had a really big displacement move higher, right? We had this huge move higher and we end up putting in this 4-hour fair value gap going into the overnight session last night. So going into the overnight session, this 4-hour was going to tell me a lot, right? So if we came into this morning and we were all the way down here, had completely ran through it, right? I would want to see us go all the way down to these relative equal lows down here, right? But if we were holding bullish, I would want to see us go to these internal highs as well as this internal high up here that we ended up putting in a bearish S&P with yesterday, and all this generated buy side liquidity above. So what do we come in on this morning? We end up holding bullish, and at this point in time, I'm extremely bullish biased because we actually had a bullish S&P at these lows coming into pre-market, but we ended up breaking that bullish S&P and then moving higher. But anyway, we had a bullish S&P coming into the morning, so I was pretty bullish biased towards all these relative equal highs up here, all this generated buy side liquidity. I wanted to see this get taken. However, I did not know how far into the range that we wanted to go. Let's go here. I did not know how far into the range we wanted to go as far as how big of a retracement, right? Because equilibrium is all the way down here below this 4-hour. So I did not know how deep we wanted to go and rebalance into this range. So I just wanted to stay patient and wanted to wait for price action to show me what we wanted to do. So coming into market open, right, I'm just staying patient. I want to, first things first, what I'm looking at is this internal low, right? We take this internal low. What is our reaction going to be? We end up taking the internal low, not closing below any change, not showing any bullish structure. I continue to wait. I continue to be patient. As soon as we get below these down close candles right here, I can tell that we are very bearish and want to go lower. So again, just staying patient. We end up selling off, taking these lows, right, and building more price action, right? We come down, have one more internal manipulation leg, and end up putting in an internal bullish SMT. So if we take a look over at ES never ends up taking this low down here. So we have an internal SMT, as well as it never ends up taking these lows down here. So we have two bullish SMTs, one externally and one internally. And we have all these relative equal highs resting above. So I'm very, very bullish bias. I'm waiting for an entry. I want to see it close above this change. And then I am looking to take an entry. Very next candle, we get below the change in the state. Or get above the change in the state, sorry. I enter long. My fill was around here. Stop a little above the recent low, and I'm targeting all the way up here with this unfilled 5-minute bearish fair value gap being my break-even point. So as soon as we hit this 5-minute fair value gap, which was on this very next candle, move my stop to break-even, and I just let my runners go, right? So this is a risk-free trade. This is basically just a free fucking lottery ticket, right? We end up coming up, pushing higher, and then at this point in time at 7:55, if we take a look over at ES, we end up taking this high right up here. So right at 7:55, we end up taking that high. So close my position fully, right? Got my money, and I get the fuck out of there. Very simple. This was my long that I took this morning. Took this one trade, got off, right? And this is what trading is about, right? Taking what is given to you, taking your piece of pie and getting off, right? I could have held this. I could have kept my stop at break even and could have held this, but again, I'm up 4K. It's like there's no point in me holding this when we do have a bearish SMT, and we very well could either reverse, or I could be in this position for a very long time. I just want to take my money and get the hell out of there when we put in that bearish SMT. So very short video. That is the trade that I ended up taking today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.